I blasted out of my office with a broken heart and crestfallen face. I needed a break to calm my agitated spirit. As I took off down the street, a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk said something to me. I stopped and bent closer. "I'm sorry, I didn't hear you," I said. He asked if I had any prayer needs, because he would pray for me. Have you ever had a homeless person offer you a generous gift? Cars sped down the busy street as I asked if I could sit on the corner of the man's sleeping bag. He invited me to do so, and I lowered myself to the down bag beside him. He took my hand, and asked what I needed prayer for. I told him about the painful situation at work and asked for prayers. He was thin, perhaps post-retirement age, and scraggly around the edges, but his eyes were lucid. He prayed a fabulous prayer with passion and grace. I held both his hands as he held mine. I bowed my head and agreed as he prayed. When we were done, he said, "It's the evil one who's attacking you." As he said it, I knew it was true, confirmed by my prayer and discernment recently. Who is this guy? How can he know? His rotted teeth and faint body odor were a disguise, because this was Jesus. How did he know, I asked, that I really needed prayer? "Long before you saw me, I saw you coming," he said. Your face said a great deal. In retrospect, I'm thinking about Jesus telling Nathanael that he saw him under the fig tree. I leaned against the brick wall behind us, legs outstretched, and told him a few more details of my sorrows. But not too many. I had to move on, I explained. This was just supposed to be a 10-minute break. I was so comfortable sitting in that timeless moment that it's hard to put it into words. Now as I write this, I can only imagine what we looked like, me in my business suit and he in his worn clothing. I go to the Progress Church. Would you like to join us there? We're having a great service on December 17th. Thank you, but I already have a church community, I said, asking his name. He'd already asked mine for the purposes of our prayer. I continued to my destination a few doors down, a Catholic bookstore where I wanted to look briefly for a gift for my sister. A few minutes later I was at the checkout counter when the man came in and stood behind me. He told the cashier he wanted to exchange his new Bible for a larger print version. The bag he held contained a receipt. "What good is a Bible if I can't read it?" he said. He'd selected the bigger print version, and I told the cashier I'd pay the difference. During the transaction, he said that when he was a child he got to play baby Jesus in a Christmas play. And suddenly his face lit up as a new thought occurred to him. I know. I'm going to ask Jesus for a Christmas miracle, that I not be homeless starting December 24th. Was Jesus asking for room in the inn, right there in the Catholic bookstore? I promised to pray that for him, and pray I'll be heard. I returned to work. My desolation and heartache were gone. I still had a rough work schedule ahead of me, but the man's prayers were heard on my behalf. As I left my office that night,